It's time to yap.
It's time to yap. Turn it up.
It's Chloe.
Daniel,
Jack,
And Kira.
and this is
What's Yappenin?
Live on Queen's Radio.
On YouTube and Spotify.
What a way to start.
Are you alright?
Jack's
Just about.
nearly went through the floor. He tried to put his chair down and nearly dropped the story. You
Guys, welcome back to What's Yappenin. We've had a stressful about 30 minutes. I forgot an SD for the roadcaster. My bad.
It's okay.
Come in here, none of the cameras are working. No good.
Yeah,
We got-
so
Shocking behaviour.
We got one camera working with another camera on me and Chloe. Well, it was. And producer Rafe every 20 minutes is going to have to come in and restart that camera. So bear with us. There might be some technical difficulties in this episode, but that's all right. We're
it's been going pretty smooth so far.
been
We've
going
had to
too
have
smooth.
this downfall, to be honest.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was thinking that it's gone too smooth, and maybe when producer Fiona gets back at 4:15, she might be able to sort a few cameras out
Honestly, I wouldn't even worry about it.
One can
Just-
only
That's
hope.
just
for the doorcast. Right, okay. Who
Name drop.
Kira can kick us off then with this
Right.
week's theme of embarrassing stories.
Here we
Sorry, I don't know what just happened. It just broke.
There we go. Okay.
Did you just snap that off? Right, okay.
Continue.
Okay, so this person says, I was on a double date and we all went ice skating. I was having so much fun until I fell, coincidentally, to the song Falling by Harry Styles and thought I had really hurt my back. I was getting really good, and then when attempting a spin, because I was clearly getting too confident, a child humbled me really quick by zooming past me fast. I lost my balance and fell backwards. They proceeded to stop the music completely and bring out this chair on skates to wheel me off the ice. I was so embarrassed because it was my first aid with my boyfriend by my side. Both of us laughing hysterically because I would have hated to see the state of that fall, especially to the coincidental music.
Oh my gosh.
That was hectic.
Have you ever?
Especially with your boyfriend.
Yeah. Have you ever
Yeah.
been ice skating? Any? of yous?
Yes,
I
I
love
have
it.
a level 1 qualification in ice skating.
Serious?
Wow.
I do.
Qualified the ice skate.
hmm
Is that
I-
like piano lessons and
Yeah,
all? It's
yeah,
like the same
like-
thing.
Level 1. So
Oh, that's pretty good.
like, I can do oh,
Oh my gosh, we're a mess today.
wee fishy, they used to call these fishies. Where you
Oh,
go,
yeah.
like in and out and all. Yeah.
Slaloms.
Pro at those.
I've been once, and I'm not very good at it at all.
I'm really good at ice skating. It's like some weird talent I have. I did ice hockey and all.
Did
Fun
you?
fact, yeah. Little piece of information about me. I did ice hockey like some summer camp for 2 years and I was really good at it.
This is off topic, but have you ever seen the fights at the ice hockey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They get so brutal.
I love it.
I was at one of the Giants game and I think it was Coventry or something, and one of them literally like slam dunked the other one and they had to go to hospital and all. It didn't look too
It
good.
is aggressive.
They beat the head of each other. It's great.
Yeah.
Actually
I love
do.
it.
I haven't been in ages. I've only been to the ice hockey a couple of times, but the Subway cannon and I got a free Pizza Hut
Oh,
like there, and
I
yeah.
never win.
I won Girls Aloud tickets that time. I went
Did you?
hockey.
Oh yeah, the Heineken
This guy
Yeah.
gets it.
lounge.
Yeah, unlucky. I don't think I've ever happened. No, the one time I was ice skating, I fell, but it was kind of everybody's first. It was a school trip, so it was everybody's first time ice skating, so it wasn't really like.
I was showing off once. I was with my friend and we were ice skating and I was showing off and I'd just done this big leap in the air and turned like in the air and went backwards and I thought, oh, this is brilliant. So I then proceeded to try and do it again to show her, and her dad was there and he was watching and I fell straight on my dome, like literally like in the middle of the ice. It was so embarrassing, like cracked my head. I was so scunned as I come off. And then I was trying to like take my boots off and I thought I'm class, trying to balance on them. Didn't happen. Fell straight, like legs in the air. And he was like, yeah, Chloe, we're going home. Like, it's just embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, unlucky in the ice, but that's what happens.
You move on.
Each their own. Number 2. Turn into Chloe here, numbering them all. Picture the scene. Union Square, New York City, 2022. Not too hot, not too cold. Our last day there, and we had to go a half an hour downtown to Brandy Melville as my daughter had left her shopping there the night before. We had to wait for the shop to open, so walked a little and shopped a little. The sidewalks were busy, especially at the traffic lights. Each block had them, like how they're just describing traffic lights, but anyway. And everyone just went at the same time like a herd of sheep. My family were in front and my son right in front of me. I started to trip and I reached forward for my son, who shrugged me off as he thought someone was trying to mug him. I fell to the ground almost trampled by a lot of people, one stopped and said, "Oh my goodness, are you all right?"
Nice.
In an American accent. I had to jump up, pretend I was fine. I was not. Leggings were ripped.
Oh dear.
My son turned and tried to help me, but it was too little, too late. I was so mortified at all the strangers staring at me asking was I okay. Made my family take me into the nearest restaurant, McDonald's, and spent an age in a very dirty staff bathroom as that was all they had. Moral of the story, my son thinks I'm of an age where a fall is more serious, but not worried enough to stop me falling.
No, Jack.
I'm gonna give you a piece of information here, folks. I am the son.
Wow.
Jack, you're awful.
You're a poor mother, like.
I tried to hoist her up, but that just sort of batted me off as if it was like. I was probably
Did you actually think you were being mugged?
No,
it was
you
New York. Well, someone literally grabbed me and then like their hand flew off me. So I was like, no harm. Someone's trying to grab my bag.
You
or
shrugged
something.
her
I was
off.
ready to start swinging.
You let her fall.
Wee Laura ended up on the floor in no time.
Oh, that's so sad. That is,
No.
it's kind of funny though, but it is
Bless her.
sad. Bless her. I would be mortified, to be fair. Like,
Oh, we were embarrassed
just being with
being
her.
associated with her.
Oh,
This woman
Jack.
lying on the floor in the middle of the road. Paper so.
In New York as well.
Literally.
Was that
So
probably
many
like
people.
common in New York?
Yeah.
You
and
wouldn't
see
see.
some
worse
weird
things
things.
happen in New York. Don't worry
Well,
about it.
yes. Yes, I suppose that is true.
So, you know, it's embarrassing, but, you know, you're still standing. Stronger woman for it, will we say?
Has she fallen since and ripped her leggings?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, there you go.
Exactly.
So our balance
Sun,
has
clouds and
since
rainbows.
improved.
Yeah. That's it.
Me and a certain member of this podcast were on holiday together. We were drinking in a nice cocktail bar where most of the people spoke very little English. We decided to approach these two girls who we found out were French. None of us can barely speak English, never mind French. Nevertheless, they pursued the conversation. Sorry, guys. Long story short, it consisted of finding out their age and how long they were staying for. Then they made sure to tell us that they had boyfriends. Reality kicked in and we were wasting our time. So we looked at each other and came out with the only French phrase we knew. Au revoir, and then proceeded with our night. Who was that? Jack?
I would never go anywhere where French would be required. I'm a
Is this
Spanish.
you?
No.
Is it you?
Can someone speak? Well, I think, because I don't remember.
Not me. Well, like this
Maybe
story
again.
on.
Was it Rafe? Was it you?
It said we had decided to approach these two girls, so it surely has to be either one of you
One second
two.
here, let me.
I don't know why.
Alright, we were drinking. Oh, it was me.
I was going to say it certainly wasn't me.
No, it was me. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, it was fully me. I was in a beach club in Greece, and went up to these two French ladies, and we found out their age and where they were staying, but like then the conversation quickly dwindled, and I looked her dead and I was like, oh, au revoir, because that was the only thing I knew, and then another guy I was on holiday with went up and was speaking to them again. Oh, they I'm gonna out myself here slightly. I do you ever get when you're doing an accent from another country, like, and you just sort of add like eek on the end of it, so you go like
Fantastic.
fantastic. That was what I said.
Pretty
These
sure that
girls.
is French.
I went
but
fantastic, and they
We're not impressed.
were not impressed at all. And it's crazy. I totally forgot that.
How did that not click while I was
Yeah,
in the house?
they
It
made
took me a while.
they made sure to tell us they had boyfriends. So yeah, we looked and another came out with the only French phrase we knew. Yeah, sorry about that. I genuinely I was like, who was this? Because I'd totally forgotten. Because shout out to those girls, those French girls if they're listening. Same thing, same club, same place. Girl from Wales. These two girls from Wales. We were speaking to them. Tried the same tactic. They didn't have boyfriends, but they were. I don't want to say dead crack, but they were.
they were dead crack.
You know, you could watch paint dry. And after a while, I when it comes to dropping Riz, how long do you leave it before you go, this is a lost cause? So after about 20 minutes of chatting to these girls, we were like, lost cause. Not everybody in our group thought that though and continued to chat to them. So this one guy was continuing to chat to them. and he chatted to them for close to an hour, and you were thinking like, what are you actually still speaking about? And then I sort of walked over and I overheard what they were speaking about, and I just heard him go, "Oh yeah, like I love hash browns. Like I'm a big fan of hash browns." And we were like, "You cannot be actually serious. If you've gotten so far along in this conversation, you're talking about how much you love hash browns and they haven't kissed you. They're not interested. Drop it." And safe to say, never saw them again. But they were nice. So if you're listening to what's happening,
Doubt it.
nice to see you.
Oh, there.
Oh, you've
Yeah. Oh, it's my turn.
so much for the.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. I was just checking.
His idea as well.
Once went to Newry for a man. Brackets. Jack can provide context.
I think I know who this could be. It's a girl who I went to school with and who lives in Belfast.
Right.
And she purely went with this guy because he had a BMW and he would buy her things, and he drove her to and from Newry just to see her, like, within the same night. And I'm like,
Aw,
fair play to you, but, like...
that's not embarrassing. That's cute.
Yeah.
She just has a wee Newry man as her
If
boyfriend.
No,
he
not
wanted
anymore.
to, he would.
Oh, yeah, exactly. If he wanted to, he would drive from Newry all
Yeah.
that
He doesn't
way.
do it
Take
anymore.
notes. Take
Is Newry
notes.
even far? Where's
It's
Newry?
like an hour away.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's an hour
say.
down the motorway. It's the border.
Is it?
Yeah.
Newry's not on the border.
You literally
it's
get to the
not that
border
far.
and then 5
It's
minutes
not.
later you're in the south.
Nah.
No.
It could be done in the BMW in like 40 minutes.
Well, he probably did in about 10
Exactly,
minutes.
like
So,
So this person went to Newry for a man,
Yeah.
but did they have BMW?
No, they drive a Seat Ibiza.
Yeah. So they is that how they got to Newry?
no, he
Yeah.
came and picked her up
He
Oh, did
picked
he?
her up
in the BMW.
And
and
Drove her
brought
back to
home.
Newry.
and then drove her back home that night.
How long did this escapade go on for?
I'd say like a good month.
That is ridiculous.
Literally.
A
That's-
shocking waste of fossil fuels.
If
and
he
petrol.
wanted to, he would. You know, he wanted to. Like I would feel quite.
Do you know what this guy
I
looks
wouldn't
like?
feel embarrassed. I'd
This
feel
is the difference between us
privileged.
two and used to.
Yeah.
If a man drove for an hour to come get me, and then I went to his, and then he drove me an hour home that night, I'd be
find
like
someone
flattered.
closer.
Bare
Thank
minimum.
you.
Bare
Find
minimum.
someone closer.
Yeah. There's plenty more fish
Rafe's
in
in the corner
Belfast.
going like, "What are you talking about?" Thank you, Rafe.
no.
Would you? I mean, would you?
No.
No.
See, this is
This is the
this is
thing,
what's
guys.
wrong
This is
with
the
you
man. This is
guys.
the man.
Nobody
No.
wants to be effort in.
No.
Girn up.
That is ridiculous. Like an hour there, an hour back. You're in the car for 2 hours. Like if I picked her up at
Spending
6,
time with
if I
that
picked her up
person,
at
though.
6 and left at, you want to be, it's an hour there, an hour back for him. You got to remember.
Yeah.
So,
I don't want to say she was using him
you know,
because I don't know the exact scenario.
11
It's more embarrassing for
But-
him, not for her.
That's-
How is it embarrassing for her?
let's say you want a 1 a.m. bedtime, right?
because she
You're
didn't go out
leaving
with
to
her
drop her
friends
back
because
home?
She was going to Newry.
At 11.
Young lad.
11? An hour there, an hour back.
An hour
But
from
you're not
Newry to
going
Belfast.
up and back
Yes,
in one
He
night.
is.
Oh,
If
did
he's
he?
bringing her
Yeah.
back home.
He's bringing her
he
home.
drove
So he
from
has to-
his house in Newry to Belfast to
So-
get her, then back to his house in Newry.
Let's call this guy
Then
Steve.
the same a few
okay.
hours
Let's
later.
call this guy Steve, right?
Right.
I don't know his name. Steve gets in his car in Newry, drives all the way to Belfast, picks up Patricia. That's her name. Picks up Patricia. So that's an hour. Patricia gets in the car, hour back. So he's driven for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Let's say he leaves his house at 5 o'clock. Firstly, he's hitting rush hour traffic.
Yep.
Secondly, he picks up, you know what, I'm going to say 6:30. He picks up Patricia for factoring traffic in. Hour back, 7:30, you're arriving in Newry. You get in, you're spending 3-4 hours together. If he wants to be back home for 1 a.m., he's to leave at 11. That is not worth it whatsoever. At 11 p.m., I'm like, right, we've got to go here. And she's thinking, it's only 11. Yeah,
And-
but I have to drive an hour there and an hour back.
Why did you just word that like an
I'm
AQ
pretty
question?
sure.
We all
I did not
no.
word
Can
it
I
like
just
AQ.
say we all
GCSE
understood?
physics
We
question.
understood how much time
I
it
know.
takes to get to Newry and back.
And
I
we were
think
still
we
getting
all could
blamed
have
as if, like,
understood.
if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah,
Are you joking
I
me?
stand by it. If he wanted to, he would.
I
Like
would say
it's
that.
making
Another
it more
slightly
impressive.
embarrassing thing for her was that it wasn't even like a decent BM. It was an old 3 Series.
Oh.
Better question.
15-year-old.
What the guy look like?
I
Well, he's
didn't-
driving long enough
I
to come
didn't
and get her.
see-
If
So
he looks like Ryan Reynolds or a bus with a face, you got to factor these things in.
I didn't see a photo of him, but I'm not sure he was an absolute looker. Like,
Right.
But I don't
Case
know. He could be.
closed.
He could be. Who knows?
Case
Don't judge
closed.
a book by its cover.
exactly, guys.
She clearly didn't. She
I'll
justifies
I'll-
BM.
Do you know what? After all the math, I'm still just thinking that's impressive.
No, it's impressive.
That's
Don't
4
get me wrong.
hours a day
Oh, yes.
drive.
Don't get me wrong, it's
I
impressive.
want to know how she convinced him to do that.
That's it.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not embarrassing for her. It's not an embarrassing story for her.
No, not
Maybe
for
for him. Maybe looking back on it, he's like, why
if
did
he's
I
listening, you should be embarrassed of yourself.
Real.
No.
Real. That's so real.
Keep
Real.
doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Can I ask
Bare
why
minimum.
the distance when ending this relationship, the distance factor into it?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you know any about how it ended? No.
I just know she couldn't be bothered going to Newry anymore.
Like the cheek. I can't be bothered going to Europe. I'm sure he can't be bothered driving 2 hours to get every day. Flippin' heck.
Right, so we
My
move on.
word. Okay.
Pondered on this.
Number 5. Once went round to a guy's house. Everything was going well. I did, in fact, go to primary school with him for backstory. We were sitting in the living room, and all that man kept doing was tickling me, in which his mother walked in and started explaining how I looked the exact same as when I was 7, and then I left.
What?
Tickling's the weirdest part of that. The context she's given is she's saying all he kept doing was tickling me. That's
Just constant.
for like 10 seconds. That's a bit of crack, and then it's like, what are you doing? Let me just sit a piece.
And his mum said that you looked the same when you were 7. I would be mortified if someone
Imagine
said
not having to
to me,
glow up from
why are you
7.
giggling? Was it you?
Grape hasn't changed since
I was about to
7.
say, Grape has a
Grace,
weird
like,
tickling
flip, I was
fetish.
tickling her.
I mean,
He's not denying it.
to be fair, that is a really embarrassing story. Okay, if you thought, I would be mortified if someone's mum came in. First of all, walking in on that, me on the floor getting tickled, giggling for the life of me, and then her saying you look the same when you were 7. That's a wee bit offensive. I can't even lie.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a weird one. That is, yeah.
Then I
mean,
left. I like that. I'm glad that you left. Hope you didn't
Fair
go back.
red flag would have been the tickles for me.
Yeah. Okay, next one. One time, many moons ago, I was in a field with some pals. Long story short, I fell into a ditch, lost my phone for 4 hours, kissed my ex-boyfriend, and threw up leaves. I don't know when I consumed the leaves. It's a mystery to this day.
That's giving me like Wooden Park vibes. Do you know what I mean?
What's that?
It's a very
Like,
niche banger reference.
It's like in Bangor, like I never went or anything, and I couldn't imagine Care ever went. But people our age, maybe people were like 14 and all like 15, would go to this place called Wooden Park.
Right.
If you live in Bangor, you know where it is. It's near
Right.
like Aurora, and they would go and they would drink, and you wouldn't even walk through it. I was scared to go near the like leisure centre from maybe like 5 o'clock in the evening because they were just there drinking, like getting hammered off their face, which is an embarrassing story in itself, to be honest. Like I don't know why anyone would ever, but that's given me like what the vibe says when you hear stories about what went down there. That is like the kind of thing you would get, like people like sleeping in the bushes and all until the next day and they're literally 15. It's like, is your mum not worried where you are?
Yeah.
When you're 15 years old.
Yeah.
You're sleeping in a hedge.
How someone swallows,
Leaves?
not only swallows leaves, but then throws them up again.
What would that
In
even
their
look like?
fill form.
Yeah, like,
Not even chewed.
but like, yeah, like,
Regard.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you gotta think about that though. Like, if you're eating leaves, you know, are they putting it in like all in one bite, or are they chewing the leaf?
I love the wee emoji they added as well at the end of this. The wee like,
Sad.
the wee disappointed
Ki-
emoji. I
mean,
would be
yeah,
too.
kissing the ex-boyfriend and then eating. Did you? I mean, that's it. That begs the question: did you eat the leaves before you kissed the ex-boyfriend?
Yeah.
Did he? Did you have bark
Get leaf
life?
breath?
You know, yeah.
Maybe you tried
Leaf
to
breath? Yeah.
like
Big
yeah,
sticky leaf breath.
clean
And then,
clean your
yeah.
breath after it or something.
Oh.
Like also losing your phone for 4 hours
That's scandal.
and then finding it again. I mean that's pretty impressive
That's
in
a
itself.
miracle. That's the
To be fair,
mystery.
yeah, I'd be, yeah. do you know what? I didn't say words at all there. I went, yeah, I'd be, yeah, I'd be, yeah.
He just isn't swinging anymore. Okay, so this person says, so I have a tendency to kiss all my cousins' friends. I'm so glad they said
Yes.
friends after that because I thought it was you going to say cousins.
I'm tempted to
Kiss all my cousins. My cousins' friends that were in the year above me. One night I was out making moves on one of them. After we pulled away, said cousin starts going round the entire friend group that were conveniently in a circle around us, pointing to each of them, going, kissed him, and oh, kissed him too. Wait, there's another, etc., etc. Let's just say it was the definition of that Spider-Man meme.
I'm going to reveal some information. This is the same person that the BMW
Oh,
the
really?
Europe story
Is
is.
this the
Someone that
girl?
gets about. May I say no? I'm basing my findings off facts and statistics. You you make some poor soul drive to Newry.
You know what? She just has a load of love to give.
She's in her feral era. Let's call that.
Yeah, go for it.
Like,
how many cousins? Is how many
Red
friends?
button.
it's one right.
Yeah.
So basically,
You just press it once.
It should say recording on the bottom again when it starts. Yeah.
class. So basically, it's this girl's in my year, and then her cousin was one of the guys in the year above,
Right.
and there was I'd say about 10 of them,
Right.
and I'd say majority of them she's kissed, apart from her cousin, thankfully.
Thankfully. Glad you added that in there.
Yeah, no bother. It's a bit
She just has a load of love to give. A big heart.
real big heart,
Big heart and a big
Share it
soul.
all.
We don't know this person, do we?
You wouldn't. You might have seen her at Freshers,
Right. Okay.
but I don't think you wouldn't know where to see her.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Does she? I mean, she sounds like a rascal.
She's an absolute legend. I love her.
Yeah. A classic not knowing your mic was on during the online learning, and I screamed, "I don't want to effing be here," and everyone heard me, so I had to have a meeting with my mum and the head of year.
That is insanely tough. But you shouldn't be disrespectful.
You shouldn't. I mean, yeah.
Do you know what? Those teachers sat there through COVID, so they
You
did.
just have to hold some of those.
And
Yeah.
they sat there and they educated you.
Plus,
through
Chloe
thick
on
and
today.
thin.
She's sticking up for all
No,
the
because
underdogs
do you
here.
know what? I used to hate it because we used to sit in our
I
wee
know,
classes
the
and
cameras were
so like
off.
one of our teachers to this day will say it was my biology teacher, and she used to say about how much like she just has a liking for me because I would come on first thing like 8 o'clock in the morning, my camera and all be on, I'd be smiling away. No, but I didn't understand the subject. She knew I was really bad. Like I was really, really bad at biology, and I will fully hold that to this day. I don't know how I passed. Like the only reason I got an A was because I didn't sit
You
the
got an A?
GCSE.
I failed my.
It was
that
like
GCSE?
numbers,
I got a D in chemistry.
but
A star.
In what?
Who would have thought?
Biology.
Biology.
oh, that's fair. But
Only got
yeah.
an A in chemistry, so
That's why I
Very
just
good.
feel bad for them because they're just sitting there and like it was just like a load of name tags. Clearly half of them were asleep. No one was paying
Yeah, nobody
attention.
was answering the questions.
I think to be fair, we do like most of our teachers, so that's probably why. I suppose if you go to a school and your teachers are like awful, then you don't really have much sympathy for them.
Yeah.
Like ours were pretty dead on.
Yeah,
Although-
very good.
you're sitting here saying you were so good. You always had your camera on. Whenever we were off for the TransLink strikes, tell me why not a sinner had their face on that screen.
Well, like
Per wee,
That's different.
per-
We're
the
uni.
per wee
it's in
lecture.
uni,
like-
anyway.
Me and Rafe were sat in the room staring at a bunch
Oh, it was brutal,
of
to be fair,
initials.
like, that was brutal.
Tell me why I saw CC just up in the corner.
Because I was
Yapping
in
away
the
with
bed.
no
I think
face.
I got that
actually
check
we
mark
might have
and I
been
was-
on
I
like
don't know.
FaceTime.
You two were sitting on
Yeah.
FaceTime during it.
Yeah, we phoned each other or something during it.
See, why didn't you
Wearing a
just
pair. We're in our group.
show your face?
Aye, you could have just said, "Oh, because me and Kira are doing the
Daniel,
project
you can't
together."
say anything. You were barely there.
I was in.
Daniel
got the-
joined for 10
showed
minutes.
my
And then
face
left and then joined again.
out.
He didn't show his face. He showed his initials.
Sorry, I should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
As
was on
did
the
the rest
I
of
got
the
signed in. I remember during like the online learning days, there was like a school assembly on Zoom, but some guy had obviously like, like set a Zoom up whatever so that he could like stream Minecraft. So like his wee icon was him in like the top right corner, but he was playing Minecraft the whole time. But we could all see like what he was like.
Oh.
The actions like a YouTuber like set up, and we were all like watching him. And then he just had the principal at one stage like, "Mister, whatever, please get that off your screen." And well, we were speaking to you about that. I was like, "That's Minecraft, like." But
I mean, yeah.
Yep,
I
yep.
guess you
Bring
have
it
to hold
back.
that anyway.
Bring it back. I loved online learning.
It was alright. It was a bit boring.
Did you actually have your camera on the whole time?
No, it was just certain teachers. It wasn't every class, but it was just like I just remember her specifically. I'd be on because she was so nice and she would be quite funny, and I'd be like chatting away to her because more also the fact I knew I was so bad at biology. Like the only thing get me through that class was like a wee bit of charm or something. So I just knew I had to try and be on my best behaviour otherwise. But yeah, I didn't think that we would have to have a meeting about that. Surely just say sorry, I didn't know my mic was on. Move on.
Yeah, true.
Like it's a bit extreme.
Is it my go?
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
Can we just remember this?
I know. Get it. Well, this next one is a very interesting story. So it says, you might as well get the music ready because this is going to take a while. When I have,
Kira, don't read this
What?
out.
No, read it
I thought we were going to do it.
Yeah,
as
Do you
like
know?
a-
I'm just going to put this out there. Whoever is
Shall
sending
we
this
all?
in,
Yes.
Shall we
I was going to
all?
suggest this, but I was worried that I was going to get shut down if I suggested it.
Okay,
Can we
well,
just
now
say the
I've
last
suggested it.
line?
Okay.
Pretty much.
we said it last week. Listen to last week's episode, and
You'll
you'll know
find
what
out.
it is.
Go
One,
for it,
2,
Ciara.
3.
Everybody.
guess-
Okay.
Daniel, what are you doing?
Sorry. What was the everybody
The
wants?
last
I
bit.
guess
The
so.
last bit.
That's what I was going for. Everybody.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
Pretty
Ha,
much.
ha, ha, ha.
It's a whole like 100
I
word
was gonna
spiel. Oh, and it's
Is
actually
Kanye at the Grammys?
yeah.
Right.
It's just from years ago. I knew it's the y'all at the start. I was
Do you know
like,
what?
okay, I know
Keep
who
sending
this
it
is.
in. We might not read it, but I like to see it in the responses. There's someone out there
So
that's just
different.
determined. Yeah.
Get
It was funny last week, to be fair, because we were like,
I fully thought it
like,
was a story.
I
was like, oh,
caught
when's
on,
this?
but
Yeah.
I could tell you
I
and you
couldn't,
certainly
I
hadn't.
I was reading it, and then I
Until the
got like
last
3
bit.
lines up from the bottom. I was like, hold on a minute. Is this Kanye?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Kiara, you can
Right,
read the
will I
next
go?
one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, number 10 says, this is Chloe's mom. Just thought I would send an embarrassing story in about Chloe, but I will also send one in about myself too, so it evens the score.
You have to include the emojis she's used there.
She went like,
Just a wee winky eye tongue emoji. Chloe came home from school. I think she was in upper sixth, so not long ago, and she says, Mum, is there a saying that goes flying like a lion? And I said, no, Chloe. And she was like, Mum, I'm pretty sure you've said that to me before. And I said, no, I have never said that in my life. She then asked,
it's in the next page.
we've lost the page.
That was like when you were reading in primary school and you get stuck on a word.
Daniel, you haven't sent me a page.
What?
I
We're
have.
okay.
Yeah. Honestly, quick to pass the blame, aren't we here? Quick to pass the blame. Read the thing.
So she then asked her dad, and he said, no, your mum has never said that before, nobody has. Chloe is then laughing her head off, and I was like, oh my God, what have you done now? And she said her technology teacher said to her that day in school that she was getting her work done really fast, and Chloe said, I know, I'm flying like a lion. And the teacher started laughing and was like, what are you talking about, Chloe? And Chloe said, I'm flying like a lion.
goodness.
And the teacher said that it is not even a saying, Chloe. And then Chloe started debating with her teacher that it was a saying and that she is pretty sure her mum has said it before. Now, this isn't the first crazy saying that Chloe has said in technology, and there have been many more that I think her teacher might have a book of Chloe quotes. So when Chloe told me this, I was so mortified. I said to her, there is no way I'm ever going to be able to see that teacher again, because she must think we all talk like that at home, and that is where you get it from. Then I think it was the last day of school, and Chloe's came home with decal stickers on her car. I've never seen that word in my life.
Decal stickers.
Stickers on her car saying "flying like a lion" that her technology teacher has put on, and she still has them on her car now.
Yeah.
That's actually
Yeah,
class.
She does.
I'd like to see those. Yeah, that's great.
They're like bright orange as well, like right at the front. So me and Ciara was in this class and we were sitting there and like, see when I say like, I wasn't even saying this to be like funny or anything. I was genuinely convinced, and we had been having an argument then about whether this is saying. I was like, no, I'm telling you now, this is 100% something that's been said. Like, because the way I said it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm flying like a lion. She went, what? And I was like, flying like a lion. She was like, literally, like, what is going on? Like,
Yeah.
are you having a stroke? Are you all right? Like, and that was that. We moved on. Well, I moved on. No one else had moved on. Like, this had been a running joke then for the rest of the year. Like, she told me she was going to get it in hoodies and everything. And there was, like, she had those window markers. She wrote it on the window of her, like, classroom.
Can we
like
please
flying
get
like
them
a
made?
lion.
Can we get these made?
I'm saying, right, I'm putting this out there now. Make it a thing.
What?
Like how we have to make fetch happen. We have to make flying like a lion happen.
Firstly, let's start back. We absolutely do not have to make fetch happen.
No, we do.
For Mean
For
Girls.
Mean Girls.
This
Oh.
is modern feminism talking.
Yeah, no one's watching anyone. So.
I loved it.
I think
Seen it?
I'm telling you now. I thought it was a saying. It makes sense in my head. Like you're flying like a lion. Like you're going really well. That's the
Chloe,
definition.
Lions don't fly.
I know, but I know that now.
Flying like
I
an eagle.
just-
Flying like a bird.
No. Flying like a
What is
lion
this? What
has
is
to
this
be.
saying?
Flan like a lion.
You nearly just said flying
No,
like a lion.
No, flat like.
Flying like a lion's
Flying like
not
a-
a saying either.
Oh, it's not.
Okay.
No,
No, it's not
that
saying.
was so then our teacher then made a variation of it.
Which
like
was?
flan like a lan. You know, like a
Like
flan dessert.
FLAN.
and then LAN because the way I said it so fast,
Flan
and
like
I
flan.
had like
Like
my
flan
accent
like-
is like a flan like a lamb.
Flan like a flan.
Flan like a lamb.
Oh, flan.
So
okay.
flan like a lamb is what she basically abbreviated
okay.
to, and she sent this in an email to like other teachers as well, like just to really set in stone how much I'd embarrassed myself. And then I had like my house captain, like, or my head of house then came up to me and was like, "Are you flying like a lamb today, Chloe?" And all like this had been passed around the teachers that this is something I had said.
Mm-hmm.
And then mock up day comes, and I thought,
Mock-up
we
day?
thought, yeah, we've mock up day in school.
Basically
So last
trash the
day you're
school.
basically trash the school. You just
Scum.
nobody like we
It's
don't
fun.
really. It's
Yeah.
like it's fun with the teachers and all as well. And if you go too far, the formal gets cancelled, like or the like
Okay.
thing at the end. So
Yeah.
The levers get some.
you know, we
Oh,
thought we'd
sorry.
be funny.
How was your levers? Out of curiosity.
It's all right.
Pretty good, yeah.
Mine was actually class.
Mine was pretty dry.
Although our principal has been an absolute idiot. Like,
Why?
we have a big stag at the front of our school, and on the scavenger hunt, we do a scavenger hunt where you have to go and do random things. Then we end up in your neck of the woods in Helens Bay,
Right.
and
I'm not there.
It's not my neck of the
started
woods.
at
Yeah.
started at 6, which was 2 years than mine.
Far from.
And where did we go? We one of the challenges was get a photo riding the stag or something.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the key teachers were still there, like
Mhm.
senior leaders,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them came out and we took a selfie with him because he's dead on, and then everyone else came round and they shut the gates and blocked them with their cars so no one else could get in. Like they moved their cars. Like how crazy is that?
That is weird.
Wow.
Tramps.
Well, that's
for riding a stag.
oh, that is yeah, that's kind of goofy. We did it on mock up day. We parked in the technology department spaces, like all of our class, and like parked like horizontally in the wall. So it was so
You guys
crazy.
are nuts.
But then they countered it, and they for some reason I got singled out, and I got my car blocked in by the technician, and then the two teachers that we had for technology just blocked my car in, and then they put vinyl stickers all over it.
Class.
They put the like place we can't even see, so that's where the flan like a lion. I have it down
okay.
both sides of my bonnet now, in bright orange.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you got some too, did you? Or
Yeah, no.
they didn't know. She said she didn't know what car. They didn't know
Emma.
who would take it well and who wouldn't. So I think they only did it in mine and Emma's, and they weren't
Emma
really
had
sure
the,
whose
the
Kira's
back.
car was. So
Mine was
Imagine
parked
putting on
like,
some
in the
random
middle.
car.
you know, flan like a lion.
No,
What does
I
that
think mine was
mean?
parked beside Darcy's, which was the same car, and they didn't know which one it was.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. I have a tendency to do stuff like that. Like it's literally the same day I said, "Oh, I thought she was gonna wag me," and she went, "What?" Because I was talking about someone like hitting me. I was like, "No, she looked like she was gonna wag me," and she went, "Wag you?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I thought that too was something that people say. I don't know. I must dream it and then think, yes, this is definitely
I'm
socially
gonna make this
acceptable.
happen.
So yeah, but it does make sense. Like the wigger, like the wig someone, pull her hair,
I
trailer.
have no idea what you're talking about.
I would love to know what's going on inside your head.
Absolutely.
I get it.
Thanks,
it's
Kara.
off the rails.
Right.
Go
Anyway.
for it. Yeah.
Chloe's mum again. As promised, this is an embarrassing story about me since I sent one in of Chloe.
I want to hear this.
Me and my husband went to visit friends. We were out all day drinking, then went for a big Chinese buffet, and then decided to go out to a club. All was going well until our friends came back with big pitchers of drinks, one for each of us. So I poured my first drink and took a big drink of it, only to realise it was not gin and lemonade. It was gin and tonic. Tonic is my nemesis.
Valid. I completely back that.
I didn't know what to do, as they'd spent a lot of money on these drinks, so I thought, you know what, I'll just drink it. Worst mistake ever. I got to the last glass in the jug, and I had to make a run for the toilets as I knew I was going to be sick. The queue for the women's toilet was about a mile long, and I knew I wasn't going to make it. And just at that moment, my husband came past, and I told him I was going to be sick, so he tried to sneak me into the men's toilets as there was no queue. But we got stopped on the way into the toilets, and I was behind his back, and couldn't hold it anymore, and proceeded to poke down his shirt. I then saw a massive bin and just pushed past to be sick in it in front of all these men in the toilet. Safe to say, I was embarrassed. My husband just took one look at me and shook his head. Luckily, he had a jumper with him, so he was able to take the sick covered shirt off. P.S. Like mother, like daughter.
Yeah, I mean, because after last week's episode where you said like you were smashing glasses and just trashing the room and like
On accident.
being sick on the sheets and stuff, I thought like, oh, your parents not like killing you for that. I know why. What's your mother's name?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
What a
that
woman.
is shocking behaviour. Down the back of
I
your
read
father's
it.
shirt.
Do you know what? And they're still
Oh.
together to this day.
Stop.
That is true love.
Stop. My mum and dad are going to the 30 plus club in May. Can you
I'm gonna
please get your parents to
Yeah.
go?
My mum, I
Please.
think, and my dad would love to go. I'll tell them.
Laura and
They're in
Nigel have
Amsterdam at
got
the
their
minute, so
tickets.
clearly. No, I honestly, I love that. I've heard like a variation of that story before. Maybe not as in detail, but I couldn't be prouder to be someone's daughter, to be honest. I couldn't be prouder. I love it.
Sorry, again, I do that thing where I just read like one line
It's
of the
me,
next
isn't it?
one.
I am the charity how do you say that word?
Coordinator?
I am the charity coordinator in a local shop, and I had planned a Marie Curie coffee morning and a hamper rifle for customers. I had set up near the door to be able to catch customers' attention when they first came in. A wee old lady came in and asked who we were raising money for, and I said Marie Curie, and offered her a bun and a cuppa. She said in what I thought was a very cheery tone, "Oh, brilliant, my daughter is actually there at the minute." And I replied, "Oh, amazing, how is she getting on?" Thinking that her daughter worked there. The woman's face dropped and she replied, "No, it's not great, she's dying." I wanted the ground to swallow me up. I apologised profusely and said, "I am so sorry. I thought that the woman meant her daughter worked there." She replied, "I wish, love. She only has 2 weeks to live." Oh,
because-
my
Well,
word.
being a Debbie Downer, like,
What a thing to.
I saw this person like within a few days of this happening, and she was so scundered. She
Scundered?
literally wanted to die.
The thing is, if I was the wee old woman after going, "Oh, amazing, how's she getting on?" I'd be like, "Oh, great," and just walk away.
yeah.
I couldn't have that
next door
interaction.
stuff.
She's
To be
dying,
fair-
actually.
This goes to show how important tone is in the delivery of sentences, because that is wild. Like
That's mental.
Because you know, it's
I
like
feel bad for her, obviously, but that's...
see, whenever like I don't know, like a waiter comes up to you and they're like, "Oh, enjoy," and you say, "You too." Like that's
Oh,
the kind
yeah.
of it's the kind of just
it's
automatic
similar
like
vibes
bot
to this, but
response.
this is 10 times worse.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, and you're just scunnered. Or if like the delivery man comes to the door and he's like, "Oh, enjoy," and you're like, "You too," and he's like, "What are you talking about? Like, what's she
Have
saying
you not
that
seen
for?"
those TikToks where it's like, "You too"?
You too, and they come in. Yeah. That is so unfortunate. That is a bad one, to be fair.
This next one's a bit weird. Long story short, my teacher undressed me in Spain. On the last night,
Whoa.
there was too many cosmopolitans consumed.
Oh, it's a great cocktail.
Is it?
Love a wee
Yeah.
Cosmo.
Brackets, a hot girl's present. I'm a lesbian. I got stuck in my dress. Brackets, I was severely drunk. And my teacher had to undress me so I didn't strangle myself with the dress in the middle of the night. I like to think she liked what she saw.
But what is the
my
context? Like,
word.
is this a school trip? Is
For-
this
okay,
just
okay,
met the
I know
teacher
who-
in the
I know who
club?
this is.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
So this
She doesn't
person,
have a boyfriend
it's
anyway,
not
does she?
school, it's tech. It's
Right.
not the same person.
Right.
It's tech, and this person does, what would you call it, hospitality
yeah.
management, like that sort of similar vibes. And they went to Fortaventura, just
Love
for free and got spending money. I was actually quite jealous.
Yeah.
But anyway, one night she was blitzed, and her teacher, who, no, I'm not going to say that. Her teacher wanted to help her, but no one else was going to undress her, that sort of thing.
Right.
Mm.
So her teacher had to.
That
Is
is
that not like
Sorry.
crossing the
Yeah.
like child?
Technically, it's
consent
okay
tech.
because
How old is she?
this was like last year. She was
She
18.
was
She was
drinking. She
18.
would have been
I
old
suppose
enough.
she's 18, that's okay. But
I mean,
like,
that's not that bad.
just a bit
It's
weird.
a bit-
It's not
Not
ideal.
even weird. Nothing weird from the teacher because she's trying to help. Just a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it happened in the first
I would
place.
never be able to look at her
Fortunate series
again,
of events.
Yeah.
to be
Great
honest.
TV show.
Goodness sake.
Yeah, I mean, unlucky. I can't say it's ever happened to me.
It's me. I keep forgetting that it's me. Now it's right.
If I speak last,
Yep.
if I
then
tell that
it's me.
story,
Then it's me.
yeah.
Okay, I've got
You.
the hang of it by the next time. So basically moved into the new uni house. Big up Chlorine Gardens. However, having a driveway at a 90-degree angle that has a sticking out wall and house on either side is a challenge. Due to my limited driving abilities, I blame the scoliosis, but we all know the truth. I summoned the one and only Jack Lamont from the other side of uni, Botanic.
You're like Nanny McPhee for parking cars.
I offered to park his car today because he abandoned it at 45 degrees, and I had to like.
Oh, you missed a shocker, Rafe. Oh,
He was bad. I had to. It was like I had dual controls. I had to talk him through it. It was like his driving instructor. I was like, right, go back and then go beside this car. Keep going forward. Keep going. Full left. Straight back. Straight.
It was hard.
It was wild.
I was very nervous.
Anyway, keep going. You haven't finished.
Oh, okay. Well, so this was Jack's. I'm like, where am I? Jack was on his first. This was on Jack's first day. So they've then said to reverse my car out of the driveway for me, and they're a Fiat 500 driver. Jack had to reverse his car and abandon it before reversing mine, all while stood useless on the pavement in the middle of rush hour traffic.
Yeah, I would probably cry.
She's since learned
How
that
to
she
do
can
it?
do a like 12-point turn at the top of her driveway, so she doesn't have to reverse out.
Jeepers.
But one of her housemates reversed their car into a wall while trying to get up that driveway. So I think it's traumatized them all because all bar one now park on the road.
Is that house I
Cheers.
Yeah,
parked at?
yeah.
OMG.
It's
It
wild.
is.
It's hard. It's a hard.
driveway.
Like, not for the weak man.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
No, that's it.
Do you know what it is though? I did that like a beast that day. Like I really did do that. Reverse
See,
out well.
The problem,
You didn't see
my
it.
car scrapes going up the driveway because it's an actual mountain,
Yeah, it is.
Right.
and my car's not like it's a Golf.
Right.
It's not exactly like
Yeah.
it's not a super car. It's miles through the ground. But yeah, not a good. I parked at Botanic train station, and I had to get from there to Chlorine Gardens, and it took 20 minutes.
I thought I was in front of it.
Chloe's just
the next
panicking
one.
that she's in the way here. But anyway, I was waiting for my dad to collect me from town after work on Thursday night. I had walked round to meet him outside the Deaf Institution. I had had a bit of a dodgy stomach all day and needed to release some gas. I looked around and saw two people talking to each other using sign language, and presumed they were deaf, so let rip as long and as loud as I could. You can imagine how embarrassed I was when one of the people shouted to another friend. Turns out only one person was deaf and heard my rather large fart.
That is scandering to be fair. Oh my word.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say about that? Apart? I mean, bold to assume outside the Deaf Institute they must be.
Both
Both
deaf?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's poor. Yeah.
Rafe is loving this one. Like he's really cracking up. It's good to be fair.
I have a funny story about my dog farting.
Right.
This happened like the other day. He sneezed and farted at the same time.
I did that the other day.
No, but he scared himself. He scared himself and started chasing his tail, thinking, "What was that?" he's like near 7-year-old, and he's so clueless. It's actually, am I wild?
We were in New York. That wasn't me. My brother coughed, sneezed, and farted at the same time.
Like in grown ups.
And like, yeah, literally, and like, we were like, "What is wrong with you, big man?" Yeah.
He's gonna kill you for saying that.
Yeah, he won't.
I'd like to see him try.
Yeah.
This person says, I had arranged to meet my. Wait, is that the same one?
Jeepers,
No.
creepers.
It's like me 11.
Every one, it's like, what does that say?
Right, okay. I had arranged to meet my dad after doing some Christmas shopping. I was carrying loads of bags and he was late. As I saw his car come up, I jumped into the front seat and gave off to him for being late and how I was waiting for ages with all these bags. Turned out it was the same car, but not him. The stranger looked at me like I was a nut job, and I quickly apologised and got out of the car. Oh my word. I would be so mortified.
I'm not gonna. I think I'd stick it. I'd sit in the car and be like,
I was meant to get in here.
yeah, because it'd be more embarrassing.
Own
to be
it.
like, yeah, it's better to own it than.
No.
This isn't the same thing at all, but do you ever, like, a car come past and you think you know whose car it is, but the windows are tinted?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want, so, like, I sometimes, instead of, I don't want to go for the wave if I don't know them. So I just sort of, like, stare at the car.
Squint,
yeah.
squint.
Like, or what I did on Saturday night was I picked Aaron up from Limelight and was driving home and was just beeping at randomers, but waving. So beep and waved, but and like they were walking away. Whatever. By the time they checked, they'd be like, "Is that someone I knew?" I was gone. Don't know them. Just been a wee menace.
Daniel, you're so cool.
I
Do you
know.
that?
Oh, it's my turn. This person says potential non-radio friendly word alert. When I was in P7, there was a boy called Dylan in my class who was part of the popular group. His other friends in the group started calling him by a nickname which little innocent me thought nothing of. And the nickname was, I'll leave one letter out, DILD, and
Rude,
Yeah.
phallic object.
I started to call Dylan by this name regularly, and it was always met with an eruption of laughter from the other boys. I would not address him as Dylan for the rest of the school year, shouting the nickname across the canteen, playground, and even acknowledging him as this in a thank you speech in front of the whole school. Anytime I needed his attention, this was the name I used, which was always met by odd stares from the adults. This went on for 7 months, and it wasn't until we had the talk in school that I realised my mistake.
Oh,
Hey,
my
teacher,
word.
tell him not to say that word.
That's hectic.
Wait, why have I heard this? I feel like I've heard this story before.
You have, because it was me.
What? Shut up!
I was
Shut up! Are you serious?
That's where it's from.
I'm serious. Yep. That was me.
Kira, I was literally going to say,
Shut
I was
up,
like
are you
looking, I was like,
serious?
someone has told me this before. Oh my
7
word.
months I called him, and we
Thanked
he
him in
was
front of the whole school
in
and said
front of
that.
the whole school. We had a speech because I was in the athletics team with him, and we had I was like saying, you know, what we'd been to a competition, we won, and I was saying, oh, you know, thanks to yada yada yada, and
Oh my goodness, Kira.
in front of the whole school, in front
Oh
of
my
all
word.
the teachers, and didn't realise this until it was too late.
That's mental, Kira.
Rafe's trying to read it here. Do you have any?
His name was
It's a
Dylan.
rude
Oh, but it was something. let's
word
say,
for
something
a-
you might find in Ann Summers, Riff.
Any opinions?
Oh, Kira.
Yeah.
Not good.
Mortifying, mortifying.
Yeah. That is a good one. I was sitting, when you were
Mental.
reading that, I was like, no, someone has,
Hold on.
Thank you.
someone
Thank
has
you.
told me this before.
Is
They
it
didn't
No,
know.
she
they
didn't know
know.
what
Oh,
the
yeah.
word meant.
Did you-
She didn't know what the word meant.
Did you put
at
this
the
in yourself?
time.
Yeah.
Very good.
Mhm.
Very
I
good.
did. I did.
No, she didn't know. He thought you meant you
Bless.
knew what the
Yeah,
word
well,
meant.
Oh
Very
no, no.
No. Kira's not. You think Kira be saying
That's
words like
even
throwing
worse.
words like that around?
Speaking of nuts, it's in this next one. That's your cue to then
Like,
read the
remember
story.
you said you were gonna get it this time?
Yeah.
Super show
Okay, okay. Was working at an ice cream shop serving a man and his son. The man kept getting nuts for the 3 toppings in his pot, which he laughed at. So I said to him, ahaha, you really like your nuts? His son, my co-worker, and the other customers burst out laughing while the man held his composure. Realising what I just said, I kept my head down and said nothing else to the man, hoping he didn't think I was flirting with him. I still think about this every day.
That is another one. You're like, oh, I just,
Why?
Instant regret.
Should have kept my yapper shut. Like.
yeah.
Should've kept
Instant regret. That is so unfortunate. That would keep me up at night. to
Although
be
that's
fair.
another thing that like you just say as a passing comment and then realise.
And then you
after.
realise it's like
Yeah.
small talk,
Yeah.
and then you're like, why did I open my mouth? Why did I even bother?
Next one. It was my boyfriend's birthday, and he was having a party at his house. I had a few too many drinks, and once everyone else left, I decided I was going to stay over, even though I'd already arranged with my brother that I was going to text him when I wanted picked up. So I head up onto bed and fall fast asleep. It gets to about 3 a.m. and getting worried that he hadn't heard anything yet.
That you had heard anything yet, my brother.
Yes, my brother decides to just come to my boyfriend's house because I wasn't answering any of his calls or texts. He arrives at the house and all the lights are out. Everyone's sleeping. So after calling me multiple times and I didn't answer, he decides to just knock the door, which wakes my boyfriend's mum up, and she goes down to answer. In brackets, they've never met. He tells her he's here to get me, so she goes upstairs to try and wake me, and she's saying my name and all, and I don't wake up, so she goes down and tells my brother I'm not waking up, but I can just stay, it's no problem. Instead of just leaving me, my brother says I can go and try and wake her up. So he goes and has to violently shake me to wake me up. I get out of bed, and I get out of bed.
Out of bread. Get out of the bread.
I get out of bed in front of my brother and my boyfriend's mum in just a t-shirt and my pants, and proceed to put my trousers on backwards and go home with my brother. I then get a call from my boyfriend at 7 a.m. to ask where I've gone because he slept through the whole thing.
That's so valid. It makes almost like, what have I done? Like, what?
No, mate, I'd actually...
Stand there in your knickers as well, and your brother's just like,
Mortified.
I'm here to get you.
Well, I didn't get
You'd
that
be
far.
so disorientated, like waking up to your brother and your boyfriend's mum standing
Yeah.
over you while you're
Yep.
just in your t-shirt and your knickers. I'd be like, what is going on? And then obviously you've had a few too many drinks as well, so you're like, I would just think it was a dream.
I was at the birthday party and she was not in a good way.
Yeah, so that explains it then.
Do we know this
So-
person?
That's Per from the brother, like.
You might have seen her at Limelight.
Okay.
That is Per from
She's
the brother.
prevalent at many a night out.
Big
when I'm there.
Baba fan.
Yeah.
No, I think if I was the brother, to be fair, if that was my wee sister and I'd been waiting until like 3 a.m, she hadn't replied, one, I would have just gone to bed.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I would have just went, she's clearly fine. But then the other side
To
of
be
me,
fair,
I
can
think
see
I
where
would
he's come
stress
from.
out.
Yeah, I'd be like, what if she's actually dead in a ditch?
See, I'd have myself all wrapped up in bed, like, right, I'm just going to bed, like, what the heck?
And
And
then
then
you'd-
I'd be like, oh
she's
my
dead.
God,
She's
like,
definitely just been chopped
trying to
up.
close my eyes,
Yeah.
she's been chopped, she's been taken, like, all these things are going on. Like, you would just have to go get in your car and see what's the crack.
Yeah.
But if I then found out she was
No,
in
but
bed, I would not
wouldn't
even
have
step
gone
into the bedroom.
upstairs. No.
Yes, if I knew they were there, I'd just go.
Knock on the door.
If
I maybe would have
If-
just trailed her out of bed at that rate.
no, but if
What time is
If-
this?
3 in the
3 in the
morning.
morning.
I would be
but
raging.
like if
I'd be raging,
if the
but-
homeowner of that house has said she's not waking up but she can stay,
I'd
I
just
would
be
have
like,
hit the road.
Sorry to trouble you. I'll kill her.
I'm so sorry to
tomorrow.
wake you.
Bye.
Yeah, that's
Hit her
fair.
on your way out.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
care.
yeah.
Because I would be more embarrassed for like the homeowners, like
Yeah.
disruption.
To be fair though, she's really dead on.
Oh, then that's
I
fine.
love her.
Imagine they were really horrible, and then you just had to live with that. It was like really awkward.
What's our final one here?
I can't find. Is it me?
Number
Yep.
20.
Is it me? Oh, had a mate with.
No, we can't read the story. Whoopsie!
Yeah,
No, you
I'm
have
gonna
to.
just-
I
You
thought I
have
took
to,
that
you
out.
have to.
That is awkward moment.
I wonder who that one's about.
We can't read it out because
Who's-
he's too scunnered.
Who's gonna know?
Scunnered for
Who's
himself.
gonna know? I told you at lunch. This is the one I told you about lunch.
Yeah. With the-
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Hang on.
something
Wow.
I've just remembered about we talked about earlier that we said we'd bring up. I have a pretty embarrassing story. So we all know about me, the infamous flying off my chair to introduce myself at the start of this semester, or last semester even.
Chloe thought it'd be a good idea to introduce herself to the whole
The
broadcast
whole
production
broadcast
course.
production course. So we get an email about the formal. And I just go to send him. Jack has the
I'll get
email.
it up
He'll
here.
get it up.
So at the
Send the email.
start of November, the person running the formal emails being like, "Oh, can you all get your money in and then email me?"
Like your name and
Your name
what
and that
year
you've
you're in,
paid.
because it's obviously first to third year.
She sent it in a big like group one.
She sent it in a big
Yeah.
group
So
one.
it's
She obviously
everyone
had to get it out.
Tell me why on the 21st of November, Chloe sent an email to
Every
the formal person
single
and 62
person.
other people.
The whole course, all
Hi.
3 years.
Hi, just to let you know, I sent you the money last week. My name is Chloe Carson and I'm first year. Smiley face emoji. Sent from Outlook for iOS.
Oh, Chloe.
I sent that. Everyone in our class, we were sitting in class, everyone at the same time,
God
all
dang
got the
it.
notification.
Yep.
Everyone's looking at me, and I'm like, what's going on?
Chloe, what have
Why
you
is
done?
everyone looking at me?
She then goes to delete it,
So
thinks
I
all is
delete it.
well, and then is surprised when the rest of us can still get it from our email.
I am panicking. I have sent it to every single person, and I like don't know what to do. And I mean, it's the moment where everyone's heads are turning and looking at you,
Yeah.
and the whole class just erupts into laughter. And I'm like, this is the most scunnering thing.
No, because you
Right after I've fallen off my chair.
Because you do this, you did that, and then ever since you've just kept like you sent bulk snaps into the group chat on Snapchat.
Yes, that's another thing. Oh, we have like a
today.
class group
Oh,
chat.
yesterday.
Did I?
Get it for him on the train.
Why didn't no one tell me? No, wait, no, I didn't.
Because
Swear
we're
on my
used to
life,
it.
swear on my
It's
life,
because we're
swear on
used
my
to
life.
He sent one in this morning.
I
Because-
didn't.
No,
No, I
didn't. You did.
Morgan
Oh my gosh, why did no one tell
It was
me?
bad. It was just like, oh,
It was-
it was again. You do it every
We're
week.
used to it now. We're used to it.
Honestly, I'm getting fed up. I'm just gonna I'm gonna remove myself from the group chat because I'm seriously
Thank
on my wits
goodness.
end. Since then, I have
my
sent
headpiece.
so many snaps into that group chat of just my bake because I go to send it to someone else and then I don't know. I must just click no way the wee camera
Send to all.
pops pops up, like what's it called? Like the wee camera pops up in Snapchat on the right hand side. I think I'm hitting that instead of like I'm double
No,
clicking.
do you know what it is?
And then I'm sending it in.
It's Snapchat causing issues because they've now added, if someone sent a snap into a group chat and you've opened it and you're going to bulk reply to them all, it includes the group chat now?
Yeah.
What
And
is
I think
that?
that's what's happening with you a wee bit.
Maybe,
Someone-
yeah. See, I'm acting like I speak to loads of people on Snapchat. I don't. Let's not get that in our heads. I'm not that popular.
Me, Kira Daniel, full
Yes.
stop.
But yeah, it is so embarrassing. And every time it happens, like I'm just like, at the start I was like, oh my God, Kira, like I've done this. Like, and now I was just like, why?
Whatever.
Well, you don't
Do you know
seem
what
to
I
be
mean?
just like, oh,
Well, no,
wow,
because I
I'd be
didn't
so
actually.
more
Yeah, because I
confident.
usually realise straight away, and I'm like, oh, I'm so silly, haha. This has been sitting in the group chat all day,
Haha.
like, and I haven't noticed. Oh my word!
One final story to kick us out of here. I am this happened to me when I was in primary school. Very embarrassing. So I actually faint quite a lot, right? Not quite a lot. I fainted like 5 or 6 times in my life, which is like still quite a lot. But the first time I ever fainted, I was in P4 in primary school, and it was after school choir practice. I was a keen singer and a soprano, and she loved that one. She absolutely loved that one.
Spy the one who did music at level.
Great music banter, I know. But choir practice had been on for like an hour at this point, and we'd been standing up. It was rehearsing for like the spring concert or something, and I had been standing up for ages, and my wee legs were shaking. And I started to get a bit dizzy, and when I woke up, I closed my eyes, and then when I opened them again, there was all these kind of like bald men around me, right? And I was like, what the heck? But it was actually just my vision coming back. So it was all these people looking down at me, and what happened was I just like fallen backwards and hit my head. But what had happened was P4 Daniel had fainted, and obviously had no control over his body, and went to the toilet. Wet myself. Now,
Why are you admitting this?
because it was before. I was like, what, 15 years ago? No,
Less than that, like
10,
10.
10 years ago. That was over a decade ago.
Oh my word.
That's P4. But because when you die, obviously you like.
Well,
you
you
saying
didn't
you died?
die.
No, I'm not
You
saying-
didn't
no.
die, Daniel.
Can you let me finish the end of my sentence? When you die, anything you have stored up comes out. Yes.
Your muscles relax.
Yes. So when that happened, my teacher thought this person is dead because everything's. That's what I'm getting at. She thought everything was coming out. She was like, "Oh my goodness, child died during choir practice." However, in reality, I had not. I just wet myself, and then
Surprise, Daniel being centre of attention.
yeah, sorry. And then they got me sorted, and then the next day, this guy came to me and was like, "Are you okay? Like, did you pee yourself after when you fainted?" And obviously, I didn't want to admit that I peed myself to this other guy in my ear. So I was like, "No, it was just sweat." But like a huge amount of it released at the same time.
All from one area.
And then a few years later was Wizard of Oz was the play we were doing in school, and I fainted again and hit my head on a bench, but didn't go to the toilet this time. But another girl thought I had died and had a panic attack. So next thing you know, we're both in the principal's office waiting for our mothers to come pick her up. She's in hysterics, thinking you're kind of taking all the attention with me here.
Just pipe down.
Yeah.
Random question. Were you using any plays in school?
Yeah.
Who
I
were
was
you?
I was Gaston in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh my way.
Yeah.
Who were you?
Center attention again.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. Main character vibes.
Were you anyone?
We did like it was like there's 60 years through Bloomfield Primary basically. It wasn't a real show.
Boring.
I know, like I was raging. I was looking forward to this for so long. You do like some years there was
60 years of
Annie, there was Cinderella Rockefeller, and for some reason our year got stuck with like the big stupid like 60 years of Bloomfield Primary, as if anyone cares, and every single year group was involved. But I was main character. It was there was a time traveller, and then a granny who was played by a P6 boy, and then 2 girls. It was me and my friend.
What was your name in the play?
Sarah, I think.
Chloe.
Chloe. Yeah.
When I was in P6, I was Mr. Banks in.
You give me
Mary
such Mr. Banks
Yeah.
vibes, actually.
Thank you.
Who's that?
Who's Mr. Banks?
Yeah,
Jane,
what
Jane
show?
and Michael's father,
From
Mary,
what?
Mary Poppins.
Mary
Mary
Poppins.
Poppins.
Oh, I don't know if I watched that. Can't
Were
remember.
you anything?
Last year?
Yes, last
catcher.
year.
Oh,
Yeah, I was the child catcher
Yeah.
in our production of Chitty
Chitty Bang Bang.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
And it was great.
I had a prosthetic nose.
Really?
We had so much
It fell
fun.
off. It fell off mid-show, right? But the teacher the guy that was controlling all this like audio interface forgot to mute my mic. So I run off the stage going, my nose is just falling off, and that's all you could hear through the speakers in the main hall.
And we were sitting, because I did like backstage for that, and we were sitting going, no, someone get her mic off, someone get her mic off. No, it was so fun. It was so fun though. That was like a good, like Lanola Productions as well go like
They're so
all
good.
out.
So hard.
Like it's not just like a wee school show. It's like a full blown
Yeah.
Full song
musical,
and dance.
I'd
a
love
full
that.
blown
I
musical.
would love that.
And I must say they're
I
incredible.
love the Strand Mills panto. Do you know what? If you do it, I'll do it.
I'm already doing a panto bit
What? Strand Mills?
No.
Oh.
in my local town.
They're doing
Oh.
a panto, are they?
Strand
They
Panto.
always do.
Yeah, they did Peter Pan. I know the guy that does played Peter Pan this year. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's called Sam. Yeah, I'd love. You know what? If one of
Shall
one of
we?
you guys
Shall
get
we?
into Strand Panto, watch out and take Strand Panto. Thanks so.
Dear.
I'll record it for you.
I'll be the dame.
Yeah, regardless of what the production is.
Yeah.
Next week is
Don't look at me.
relationship week. Woo!
Me and Jack.
Oh.
Me and Carol be replaced, don't worry.
Yeah.
There'll be one camera next
No
week.
point of us being here.
I don't. And you know
I
what?
don't really know what else.
I'm gonna be
say.
very reserved next week. I'm relying on the listeners to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
we're relying on you next week. We need your best stories.
Best
We're gonna try and
relationship
keep this
stories.
yeah.
to
We wanna hear
really
you
listener
guys.
based. Yeah, we want to hear you.
Because I don't
guys.
want to. Yeah.
I don't want to. I just can't
I've,
be bothered.
I've said what I need to say about mine on a podcast.
No, you don't. Last one there you can say.
No, I'm not saying that one. Do you know that story? There was a bet on the Dolecast ages ago that I have to tell that story in episode 100.
Please.
I was gonna say, is that the
Please.
story?
That is the story. I won't
Please.
be doing that. No, I don't have it. The girl will know.
Is this why you don't release any Dolcast episodes these days?
Yeah.
Fiona's here.
Fiona's back.
Woo!
Welcome yourself. Oh, look at this. Welcome yourself.
Watch out, you were just finishing.
Oh, is this what's happening?
Yeah,
hey
we're just
guys,
finishing off.
happy to be here.
Do you want to outro us?
Do you want to come and say hello too?
Yeah, Rafe, come on over.
Yeah.
Wait, is that camera on?
Producers are on.
No, well, I suppose it'll be on there now anyway. We're gonna finish. Wait,
Hello.
hold on. Let me.
Guys, I didn't know where the cameras were, so I did walk in and I was looking over here.
There's one camera.
There's only one.
It's it's a bit of a mishmash. That camera's on,
But like it's off right now. Oh, it's
and then that one's on. You couldn't get these two working. It's a shambles.
What did I say?
I don't-
just outro us.
Outro us.
Follow us.
Follow what's happening on TikTok, Instagram. Do you have anything else? YouTube. What's the theme for next week?
Relationships.
Relationships. Make sure you put in your relationships in the Google Forms. Queen's Radio. I'll repost it on my Unearth and I. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
And see y'all next week. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
To Yap.
It's time to yap. Turn it up.
It's Chloe.
Daniel, Jack,
And Kira.
and this is
What's happening?
Live on Queen's Radio.
On YouTube and Spotify.